Exploring the Emerald Cut on the Rock Springs Run in Apopka, Florida was absolutely beautiful. It's a free-flowing natural spring that stays about 68 to 72 degrees year-round. It's great for kayaking and paddleboarding, and it's about a 2-mile round trip to go up the Emerald Cut and back. So you've got two options for launching. You can go to Kings Landing, or you can go to Camp Joy at Kelly Park. Because we were staying with family and had access to kayaks and paddleboards, we decided to go to Kelly Park as it was the cheaper option. So to do that, you register and pay the launch fee at Kelly Park, and then you drive to Camp Joy, which is part of Kelly Park, and enter the gate code, park, and then launch your canoes, kayaks, paddleboards. So it's $3 for 1 to 2 people and $5 to 3 to 8 people. You've got to be launched into the water by 12 p.m. and be back by 5 p.m. So if you go to Kings Landing, you can look it up online at kingslandingfl.com. You're going to want to rent it in advance. They sell it fast. To rent a single kayak, it's $49 for 4 hours, which is plenty to go up the Emerald Cut. And then it's $10 per person just to launch with your own kayak or paddleboard. So Kelly Park Rock Springs opens at 8 a.m. It fills up fast, so you can't get into the regular park. You just tell the police officer that you're going in to go to Camp Joy. He or she will let you through, and then you're going to go up to the office to get registered and to pay to launch your kayaks or paddleboards at Camp Joy. So they let us go through and park, and then I went into the office with a picture of my license plate and also my driver's license, and I was able to register. And then I paid our fee. We had 4 people, so the $5. And then they showed us this map of when we get into Camp Joy where we're going to park, and then they gave us a gate code to get into Camp Joy. So then we got back into our van and we headed out of Kelly Park. We're going to make a right-hand turn. You're going to follow this down past the first turnoff to the second turnoff, and that's where you're going to see Camp Joy at Kelly Park. So as you pull up, you'll see this big sign in the gated area, Camp Joy at Kelly Park. And then when we registered, they gave us that paper with the gate code. So as you pull up, you just punch in the gate code and the gate will begin to open. And then you're just going to follow this road down, and on the right-hand side, there's a grassy area for parking. So we turned right here and parked. One of the drawbacks of going to Camp Joy is that you've got to walk to the launch area, which it's probably like 3 or 4 football fields. It's a pretty good walk versus if you go to Kings Landing, you're paying more, but you're closer to the water for your launch. So we finally reached the vessel launch area. This is where you're going to get in. You go through these lily pads, make a right, and you're going to follow that up the Emerald Cut. As you can see, I've got my Remote Designs backpack. This is a dry bag that I carry my drone and important things in. You'll notice the water's not very clear right here because this is an offshoot from the spring. But as you go through these lily pads, you'll go up and then make a right, and that puts you onto the actual spring where the water turns crystal clear. And as you're coming out, on the left-hand side is where Kings Landing is. You'll see those 2 kayakers coming from Kings Landing. You just make a right and you're going to head up for about a mile until the end of this spring. So when you reach the bridge, that's as far as you can go. That's Kelly Park Rock Springs, and that's where you go tubing. But on this side, this is as far as you can kayak and paddleboard. So most people just get out, relax, enjoy this crystal clear water. You've just been paddling for about a mile upstream, and now you get to enjoy the flow of the current taking you back down. One of the great things about this spring is there's lots of places you can pull off to the side. You just pull up your kayak or paddleboard. There's trees you can climb on, you can go swimming, or you can just enjoy the views. We absolutely love this. So as we reached the end where we were supposed to turn left to go to Camp Joy, we decided to go just a little bit beyond that. And there's a little beach area that's right by King's Landing. And we wanted to hang out there. They had lawn chairs, little beach area, and we wanted to take in the views there. So as we were hanging out on the beach, we kept hearing all these cracking noises. And then we looked over and we saw this enormous tree start to fall over. So we all scrambled out of the way, but there were two young men paddleboarding who were right in the center of where that tree was falling, and that tree fell on them. Luckily, one of them got out with no injuries at all and the other one broke his leg. But we had a nurse that was around us and she was able to help him. We called 911 and he was able to get to the hospital. So after we made sure that everyone was safe and okay, and after checking out what it looked like, this tree was massive. As we walk around it, you can even see the paddle boards that got crushed. We got our kayaks and paddleboard and got back in the river and then went back up to the Camp Joy entrance. And overall, this was an amazing experience. If you have the chance to explore the Emerald Cut on the Rock Springs Run, it's absolutely amazing. So anytime you're out in nature, there's always a chance that something could happen. But for us, this was an amazing experience. I would do it again. And the Emerald Cut is just absolutely beautiful.